So, this is FTF Syndicate again.
Once again.
I'm Freddy Millz. He's King Starks.
Woohoo!
And in case you don't recognize the hand and the leathery skin, this is Crysis. This is Crysis.
Oh, Crysis
3.
Riding 3.
I just fast forwarded a little bit to get away from the whole tutorial. This is basically where the meat of the game is. So this is where everything starts.
Carnivores unite!
And already I'm fucking up. I don't know the controls!
What the fuck's going on?
Actual 2-4. HAT is at the bridge area 5. Delta 6. Need backup. Over.
Yep, missed.
What? Get him right.
That just made my job a little bit harder.
That just make my job a little harder. Whatever you say, dude from Transporter.
Well, that's Jason Statham?
Sound and look like him.
You know, this real movie was shitty. I was kind of sad.
Expendables.
3, yep. See, I'm going a little tirade about Expendables right now.
Oh, here we go.
1 was good. Brought back a lot of old feels for people back in that heyday, back when they had the top of the charts. Movies, action movies, you know, Sylvester Stallone, all them, Rockies, and all that good shit. 2, I was like, still liked it, but I can see it kind of going downhill. John Claude played a pretty good villain.
Yeah, John Claude Van Damme, that was the first time he played a villain and he fucking ripped that shit.
Yeah. Even though cocaine is a hell of a fucking drug, John Claude. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Put the nose candy away. Step away
I wasn't gonna say anything about it.
Snow.
He was a prodigy of the 80s, man, so you knew it was gonna happen.
I saw him in a movie yesterday. It was from 2013, and my God, I was like, you are aging horribly, man. Jesus. I thought Dolph Lundgren looked the worst out of all of them. Nah, bro. John Claude Van Damme. Woo!
See, I managed to retain my childlike beauty because I don't partake in any narcotics or anything like that.
You could tell he was, not only was he high kicking, he was high snorting his way through many a take.
He was just plain old high.
But I digress with the John Claude Van Damme. Then it came Expendables 3. I knew this movie was going to be shit when I saw that it was going to be PG-13.
Yeah, I fell asleep watching that.
Now, how do you have a movie with
Spoilers!
With every motherfucker in this movie has been known either to shoot a motherfucker, kill a motherfucker, or beat the shit out of somebody, and you make it PG-13? I guess probably maybe trying to make it more family friendly to bring everybody along.
How can you make a fucking shooting movie family friendly?
You can't. Then another gripe I had was the fact that in Expendables 1 there was many a good fight scene. You know, you had versus 2 people, like two stars. So you know, you felt like, oh shit, this Jet Li versus Dolph Lundgren. You never see that shit in the movie. So that's what brought in a lot of the draw, that you can not only do you see these old school action stars all together, you get to see them like mix and match against each other. Expendables 3, not only was that type of factor barely in there at all, in fact really it was only one, and that was Mel Gibson versus Sylvester Stallone.
Mel Gibson to me is not really an action star. Like, he felt out of place to me.
He did.
Like, I understand not to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I understand he played a decent villain in that Machete 2.
Yeah, and he also played a pretty good, just not so much action star, but when he was can't think of the movie where he was just trying to get like 8 or 10 grand back, and then he was going hard against them. Like, what the fuck do you want? And he was like, I just want the money that's owed me. That's like 8 grand. He's like, 8? You really killing all these people for 8 grand? Yeah.
That one of those Netflix movies?
No, it was one of his can't think of it. Like they were torturing him. They actually like broke his foot or cut off one of his toes or something.
Like conspiracy theory or?
Nah, that was a good one too. But that one they took his kid and he was after them after they kidnapped his kid, was trying to get him for ransom. I think that was what
ransom. It was ransom.
It was called ransom. But yeah, that he felt out of place as a villain. Not saying he doesn't make a good villain. It's just that the action wasn't there. It was more shooting scenes and there wasn't really any really good fight scenes. I mean, you got people in there like you got Jet Li, you got Wesley fucking Snipes in the movie.
Wesley Snipes. Now, it's my turn to do a fucking tirade. Contrary to popular belief, Wesley Snipes is one of my favorite fucking actors. My favorite movie of current gen. Well, not really current gen, but modern time. I just fucked his life up
like a wet paper bag.
my favorite old school movie is Aliens. Now my favorite modern movie, you could say, is Blade 2. Because Wesley Snipes is like, the dude is a genius when it comes to knife play and martial arts. When Wesley Snipes went down for what he did,
tax evasion.
Yeah, that kind of fucked me up because it's like, yo, your boy, he's gone now, so you can forget about him for a little while.
Yeah. Oh wow.
He couldn't even make movies in the United States anymore.
Nope.
But when they announced him coming back in Expendables, I'm like, yo, I'm all over that shit. That's my dude Wesley. Like, I'm honestly, no homo at all. But if I ever met him in person, I would fucking gush like a teenager. Like, that's my dude. But, they's like, Wesley Snipes is in the new Expendables. I'm all over it. Especially that little teaser they had where all of them walk up and they stand in the line. You see him next to Antonio Banderas. Yeah. Like, yo, this is going to be hot. And then you put him in the movie and you make him take a back seat right after you introduce his character to some young punks.
Yep.
Wasn't the whole main point of you making Expendables is for you to keep the limelight on the older generation of action stars?
You know what? That, I felt, it clearly was a part of the movie, but I also felt that came from probably the studio trying to milk the franchise already to try to keep it going.
Well, they got the female Expendables getting ready to come out now.
Which I honestly don't see how they're going to do that, because there's not even a lot of female martial artists or movie stars that were in action movies to make an Expendables that people are going to want to watch. Like, the demographic for Expendables was adult males ranging from the ages of 18 to probably about 35, I would say. Because that's give or take the people who were actually watching them in their prime.
Right.
So, who are these men are going to watch Expendables, women Expendables? Don't get me wrong, I'm all for equal opportunity and women in movies and all that shit, but...
Alright, let everybody tell it I'm the section, so he's good with
exactly.
it.
So, from an action standpoint, though, your demographic, that doesn't even match. Like, I don't really see anybody going to the movies to see that. Now, if it was a straight to DVD, probably. But to warrant actual theater, no, I don't see that selling.
Well, the whole sex sales phenomenon is still going, and since America is the most over-sexualized country in the entire world, mixed with the most violent, they figured that if you get sexy-ass females shooting up the fucking place, then that's a win-win situation, which I honestly disagree with.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I honestly would probably say I think Japan is more sexualized than us. I mean, they sell fucking panties and vending machines.
Yeah.
But anyway, besides that, we're still going on with this Expendables bullshit. Then, another gripe I had is the fact that you cannot have more than one black guy in a movie. The fact that as soon as we got Wesley Snipes and Terry Crews, they shot Terry Crews in the ass, then in the chest. But first the ass.
That was a slap in the face heard around the world.
I was like, as soon as he got shot, I was like, I knew it. They just couldn't have two of these motherfuckers in the same movie. They had to have one take a back seat so we could have one token black guy in here. Then, like you said, Wesley Snipes came in. They didn't even utilize him correctly. They didn't utilize any of the old people. Jason Statham all them because they brought in these new cats because apparently Sylvester Stallone was like, you know, we're all old. I want y'all to have a life. I'll bring some new kids because I'm gonna get them murdered.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, okay, that doesn't even make any fucking sense.
Like, you old and you managed to stay alive this long, so I'm just gonna kill some new motherfuckers.
Let's kill the new generation off. Then the people they bring in that are supposed to be the new Expendables, I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe some people who were watching knew who these people were. I only knew one person, and that was Ronda Rousey. That's it. And that's just because, you know, the MMA. Everybody else, I didn't know who the fuck they were. They were just bringing random guys fighting in Mexico. I'm like, okay, that's a new guy. Also, I didn't like what they did to Antonio Banderas, making him a fucking heel. Like, when I thought of Antonio Banderas in his heyday for what they brought him in for, was Desperado.
Yeah.
Where he was just silent, for most part, protagonist who just shot shit up with his two brothers in the mariachi group, and he was just a badass. What they did to him in Expendables, he wouldn't shut the fuck up. He was annoying. He may have a little sad backstory that they touched on for maybe about all of 2 minutes when they walked through a fucking forest. But even still, his character to me was irredeemable. I was praying he got shot. I was like, why didn't Mel Gibson shoot that motherfucker and give me Terry Crews back? At least Terry Crews has some good one-liners. And that fucking AA-12 he was toting around because that motherfucker, woo! When he started shooting that, and Expendables 1, whole movie theater went crazy. Every man in there screamed like a goddamn schoolgirl when that man came through with the AA-12 down that hallway. We were like, what the fuck is that? Had the drum barrel on that bad boy. I was like, I went straight home, hopped on Call of Duty Black Ops, grabbed me AA-12, and I was like, it didn't have a drum barrel, but I was just shooting. I got shot probably about 20 more times than I killed a motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't want to fuck. I hated that fucking gun because that was called the USAS in Battlefield, and that was the game that broke Battlefield 3. They had to nerf the fuck out of that gun.
Yeah.
They was going nuts with the frag rounds. That damn yeah.
And then by the end of it, you get this half-ass fight between Sylvester Stallone and Mel Gibson. For one, Sylvester Stallone is only known for hand fighting in Rocky. That's it.
Why is that?
He has a nice pistol game that they've been trying to portray him as this character that he's good with pistol. Barely used the pistol in the fight. Mel Gibson's fighting. And I'm like, I've never even really seen Mel Gibson fight in any movie. Besides that movie I was talking about with the whole I want my $8 grand back. I'm gonna have to look up what that movie's called. Someone saves it in the comments. You know what the fuck it is. Please believe. Please put in the messages. Be, you know, very welcome. But besides that, I've never seen him in a fight. Never seen Sylvester Stallone fighting. It didn't do anything for him at all. Like Jet Li versus I can't think of my Australian cat's name. That was a good fight because that dude could really throw down. You had Jason Statham versus old boy in the second one.
Steve Atkins.
Yeah, Steve Atkins. That was
Boykovs.
Yeah, that was a good fight because he can really fight.
Steve Atkins can fucking throw down.
He can throw down.
And Steve Atkins versus fucking Michael Jai White.
That's I don't know why I don't have him in there. That's what I want.
If y'all put Michael Jai White in the next Expendables, we better get fucking paid. You understand me?
Yeah. Alright. And please, if you put him in there, you can have more than one black guy.
He's gonna be a villain.
Okay.
He's gonna be a villain.
You know what? I don't mind him being a villain because one, he could play a good ass villain, and two, he can fucking throw down.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and I don't want people to get pissed off. Michael Jai White is not really a decent actor. Like he can fight. Like he can whoop all the ass. But his acting game, it's come along.
It's definitely come a long way.
But Universal Soldier, that shit stank. But it spawned. Oh my god.
Yeah. But I mean, he played good Spawn just for the look factor.
Michael Jai White was Spawn.
Yeah.
Whenever you say Spawn, Michael Jai White instantly.
Honestly, I say he'd make a good Black Panther. Just so if he's in
Black Panther, if he's
Avengers, we said that here too.
He
better be Black Panther.
God damn it.
If not him, then old boy from I'm pretty sure some people are not gonna know what it. Serenity, the one that was the Believer.
Yeah, I don't know none of that shit.
Yeah, that's. Whew,
I don't watch
Serenity,
TV.
Firefly, Netflix that shit.
My God.
Change your life.
I think my guy's having a stroke.
He should have a stroke. He's fucking riding.
You have
Now-
respect for commitment.
I like how we haven't talked a single thing about this damn game.
Because it's game, I don't know. Like, personally, for me, Crysis, graphically-
I'm seriously having a stroke right now.
amazing.
Like,
Gameplay wise, it never pulled me in. It just wasn't for me.
Well, I guess technically, I ain't
You
really
probably should get that checked out, or
Okay,
you need to
it's
take an
time, it's
insulin
time,
shot or
it's time.
something. Because I think you're having a sugar.
the trimmer's over.
Yeah, whew.
I was really fucking freaking out right there.
Somebody get my insulin.
Oh, the suit malfunction.
Well, there you go for wearing that defective ass wetsuit.
straight from the skinny.
Well, they
man.
can't. From what they were saying in the beginning of the game, they can't really take the suit off. They can take it off, but it's actually weaved into their nervous system. So you would have to like flay it off of them, like literally cut the suit off of
Well,
them.
let's get Emma Lagasse in this bitch and get that motherfucker off you.
Cause he had one, the guy in front of me, Psycho, and they had to fucking they tortured him and cut the suit off of him.
Well, he looks fine. He's still walking around
Well,
shooting.
he was saying that this the most painful experience he ever went through in his entire life.
You
But
die
he's-
repeatedly.
But he's
so-
a game character,
Yeah,
so
he's a game
should I give a
character, so,
fuck?
yeah, exactly. His name is Psycho. Don't pay attention to what he's saying. Yeah, but that was my gripe with Expendables 3. And that's why I felt like, not only that, but also because of the pirating situation, how it got leaked 3 weeks before it was aired.
Well, honestly, I watched the movie. I won't say how I watched it. I won't say whether or not I spend my money to watch it. Because I do go to the movies.
Yeah.
The last movie I saw was Transformers fucking 4.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, the movie.
Yeah.
And
Explosions. Starring Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. I went to go see that. And I saw Expendables 3. And honest to God, I fell asleep right at the part where the new team was supposed to enter a building or some shit. Like, why is Wesley Snipes not fucking kicking the shit out of somebody right now?
Yep, and also I'll give Ronda Rousey this credit is that she was in the movie. Now I know she's a new actor, so her acting skills are clearly below par. Cause like she just looked really stale. And
Ronda Rousey is cool and all, but
that armbar ain't nothing to play with.
when you think about the female fighters, the first person you should think of is Carrera.
Yeah.
What's the first name?
Vita Carrera.
Look, I will drink her bath water. I am not fucking kidding right now.
Her acting was shit too.
I don't give a shit. I
saw that movie where she was supposed to be like an agent. She got betrayed. Me and my grandmother, God, woo!
Don't care.
When I say this movie was so terrible,
Don't care.
we sat there trying to figure out,
I don't.
was this supposed to be an action movie?
I don't care at all.
You can drink a bath water, but please tell her while you're ingesting this water that pertained her in, please tell her to seek acting classes somewhere in between her bath time.
She can act do whatever acting she want to do.
Oh, no, she can't. Not if I'm paying for it. She better get some fucking acting lessons if I'm gonna watch her in it.
I don't know what I just unlocked.
Like, honestly, the only females I can think of, action, usually they're not themselves doing the action.
Look, I already knew that her acting was terrible because she was in Red Alert, Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 as the Russian special agent.
Oh. That was her?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, alright.
But, I mean, look, you got her and then you got, what the fuck is old girl's name for the U.S. team? She used to be married to Jim Carrey. Jenny McCarthy. Yeah, that's few and far between when it comes to talent.
You got, what was,
The only saving grace of that game, acting-wise, was George fucking Takai. That man is a G. I don't give a fuck what his sexual orientation is. I don't care how old he is. That man is a legend amongst men, and I respect him in every honor. He's the only saving grace in that entire game. His name is George fucking Takai. Mr. Sulu. Oh my.
So sad that him and William Shatner can't
Use your
stand
suit
each
to
other.
interface with the mines.
I don't think George gives a fuck in the least because he still has fun with whatever he does.
Yeah. That's how when they had that little Star Trek reunion, them motherfuckers just when I say they really do not like each other genuinely, they really don't fucking.
Why
like
don't
each
they
other.
like each other? Did they ever touch on that, or do I need to go Google it?
Some gripes in between, William Shatner's, whole personality complex where, I'm better than thou. And
Yeah, that sounds like it.
George
really.
Takai and him they didn't really hit it off anyway, just because their personalities clashed a lot. And apparently, they filmed a lot. So, that's a lot of time spent with somebody you don't fucking like, but you have to act like your teammates on camera. That become a bit wearing to the point where like you just don't even like the sight of that person. Also, I think William Shatner said something about in terms of him when George Takai came out and said some race slurs or something like that. So they genuinely don't like each other.
I thought George might have took one of Will's bitches or something like that. But then I found out that he came out. Well, he Ben came out. I found out what his orientation was when I had to think about it. Like, wait, if George took one of Will's bitches, then that means, oh wow.
You know who else generally don't like each other?
Who was that?
Tyrese and not Joe King Phoenix. What's the old boy from Pineapple Express? He was the stoner that was he was also in
Seth Rogen?
no, the other one. He also he was Green Goblin.
Something Blanco or
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He don't matter, but I know you're talking.
They can't stand each other.
What happened with them?
They were in a movie together, and I guess Blanco or whatever his name is. When he gets in character, he really gets in character. So he was being a real dick to Tyrese. When they actually when he punched Tyrese, because in the movie scene he really fucking punched him because he was like he's what they call a method actor. So ever since then, Tyrese said, if there's ever a house to be bombed, I wouldn't mind.
I'll call out the locations as I see them. Like this one.
Well, I explained to my brother. I have a younger brother, and I explained to him. I try to put him on. Whoa, shit! I might be just a little bit. I try to put him on game of, showing him how to appreciate older movies and stuff like Coming to America and Purple Rain and the Delirious stand-up, the Raw stand-up, basically everything, Harlem Nights, basically everything from the 80s and the early 90s, like the RoboCop trilogies and stuff like that. And I forget which movie we were watching. And as we were watching it, he was like cringing in his seat, and he had this look on his of disgust on his face. And I'm like, what the fuck wrong with you? And he's like, man, I genuinely don't fucking like this dude. Every time he come on the screen, I want to punch his ass. And I know this is a movie, but god damn. So I explained to him like, okay, whenever an actor comes on TV and you see them in a movie, and every other time you see them after that movie, and you just fucking you hate their ass. Yeah, like if Joffrey, if you see somebody like Joffrey, and his character's dead on Game of Thrones, but if you see him in a new movie coming out, and you like, I don't want to fucking watch that movie because dude is in there. If you genuinely hate this dude and can't stand his fucking guts, then that means that dude is one of the greatest actors ever. Because he convinced you to hate his ass for playing a certain role where you're supposed to hate him.
Right.
And he was like trying to, get an understanding of it. Like, I I just hate him. Like, dude, then that means he's a great actor. No, he ain't a good actor. He sucks. Like, you hate him right now, though, right? Yeah. Fuck this game.
You just got blown up.
But yeah, it is.
Like a Michael Bay film out there.
You hate him because he's doing his job. That goes for male or female actors. There are female actors out there that's like, man, I can't stand. Every time I see her, she's playing some bitchy role. I said there's some females.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I can't really name one right now.
Bitchy role.
Like,
Sector 1, Delta 0.
okay, here's a good one. One of my mother's favorite movies is What's Love Got to Do with It.
Not a bad movie.
And the mother in that movie, she played like a real, you know, two-faced mother. Like she raised her kids to be a certain way, but if money came along, she wanted them to, you know, she wanted her daughter to never leave Ike Turner aside because he had money.
Right.
But she was raising them to be independent. Like she was two-faced.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, she's a bitch.
Every movie you saw her, and you're like, yeah.
Right, so you see her after that, it's like, there's that bitch again. Because she played Blue's mother in the Temptation movie on VH1.
Alright.
And she was the same way. She didn't want Blue to be, you know, relying on motherfuckers, but she didn't want Blue to join the Temptations because she felt that they would use him.
Okay.
And then she was in what was that dumbass Tyler Perry movie, Meet the Browns.
These are potential cache locations.
Oh Jesus! Don't even get me started on Tyler Perry.
And she was an asshole in that movie, but I digress. She was an asshole in these movies because she's good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, she is good at it. I'll give her that.
Fuck! What am I doing?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of who is somebody I genuinely can't stand to watch. Like I genuinely hate them. Anything where
I thought that would be fucking obvious.
honestly, I can't really say as an actor I really can't say like. Don't get me wrong, I didn't like Joffrey at all. But I appreciate the fact that he got me to like dislike him so much.
That means that dude was doing his job. Like whenever that actor comes on screen and you see him walk out on it in front of the camera with that smug ass look on his face, like, look at this bitch. You just think he untouchable. Man, fuck this dude. If I saw him in real life, I'd knock his ass out.
Yeah.
That dude doing his job. Period, point blank.
Now that I think about it,
To approach the target covertly, boss.
You know I'm right.
Prioritize Sector
You're
1,
right.
Delta 6.
you're right. I will concede you're right. Because you just
Like this game right now. It's not good at all.
yeah, it's not at all. Graphically, it is amazing. It looks good.
Well, like I said in the Bioshock
Okay, this is how it's
video,
gonna work.
Crysis is what was used on the computers to grade how good your computer was. If you could run this game on full and look out into this horizon and see this shit clear as day without a single stutter and no chug at all, you had a computer that was strong enough to launch a fucking satellite into orbit.
Sector 1, Delta 3. Looks good.
That's what I want to do. Maybe until you get back and get your armor on.
There. Sector 1, Delta 0.
Yeah, now that I see that.
Because you were getting blown the fuck up.
It's asking me to run over here and search for a weapon, and then when I get up here, they blow the shit up in my face.
Keep low
Because
and
they don't
out of
want you to
sight
have
of
the
the
weapon.
tower.
I mean,
Obviously, I guess that's the case.
when you're a super soldier, I don't want you to get no more weapons.
I mean, did I think it was going to be easy?
Yes.
Look at this shit.
Guess that's a no-go.
Guess that's a no-go.
This game is really shitty.
It really is. And this is another reason why I'm really tired of FPSs. Like there's no originality in these games anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
You know the game is bad when we spent the majority of this video talking about fucking Expendables.
I had a gripe. I'm sorry.
Hey, I contributed to it right along with you. And that was 30 minutes of us talking about how shitty another movie was while playing a shitty game.
You know why? Because it's shooting. That's what I wanted from the Expendables. They weren't doing it. We found enough of it.
Prioritize Sector 1, Delta 6. Strong contender.
Yeah.
I also like that everybody had a niche in Expendables 1. See, you about to get me back on this shit.
Well,
everybody had a niche.
let me stop this right here, and then I
Yeah.
guess we can do a part 2 and
So I can talk about
continue
niches.
the fuckery of this damn game. Got to give you guys something to watch or listen to.